Welcome to episode 12 of the Unloose the Goose podcast, the best agorist podcast out there with a super cool team of radicals that you can see here or you're about to hear on the podcast. We got Jack Spirko, CJ Kilmer, Nicole Sauce, and Pete R. Quinones, emphasis on the R, just so you're not confused out there. And every week, every Wednesday, we bring you a different topic that is important for your freedom and your human flourishing. And today is a really important topic. We're going to be talking about civil unrest. And the beauty of this podcast, unlike many others, is we focus on solutions, real world, concrete actions that you and your family and your community can take in order to have more freedom. And in case you've been living in a cave like Osama bin Laden used to, you are well aware that there already is civil unrest. A lot of folks in this whole survival universe, preparedness universe, even liberty, we always talk about the potential for collapse and upcoming civil unrest. Well, it's not a potential anymore. There's pockets of civil unrest all throughout the country. And I believe that we're seeing a perfect storm for much more civil unrest with the COVID, the economy, the Black Lives Matter, the riots, and then the election coming up, in which case Trump is signaling that he may not leave office if he isn't elected. So I think we're kind of in for some very interesting times. It's definitely an interesting time to be alive. So before we get into that, let's introduce our gaggle. How's everybody doing today?
Good, man.
Having a great day in California.
Yeah. Everybody avoiding the civil unrest adequately?
Yeah, it's not the civil unrest that's going to get me. It's the teaching classes all online that's going to kill me.
Oh, there you go. One of the perks.
I went to New York. That was fun.
I was watching my niece's online class, and her teacher's doing a really good job.
Good.
I'm like, they should just keep it that way.
Good for her. What's
CJ
everybody
doesn't wanna
drinking
do that,
today?
though.
Water.
Sipping on water.
Weller.
Jameson.
Nice.
Weller bourbon.
That was Jameson,
Water.
CJ?
Yep.
All right.
I
So
was
it's
going to
online
drink
classes.
Color Roast because we know Peter isn't, but
Cool. Well, let's get right down to it. Why don't we do a little round robin real quick, and everyone can share their perspectives on the civil unrest that we're already seeing, and then if you could just give us a quick hot take on what you foresee. We're not Nostradamus here. We're not going to predict the future, but just some ideas on what could go down and what we at least ought to be looking out for. We'll start with old Jack Spirko, the Survival Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I found interesting, and I was looking forward to try to share it in the chat or whatever, and I can't find it, but someone shared a article either on MeWe or Parler this week of a person that moved here from some other country where they had basically a civil war. I think it was Sri Lanka about a decade ago. And they said, you don't know that you're in the middle of a civil war right now. They said, if you're waiting for this place where like everybody's shooting everybody everywhere and armies are marching on each other,